What's good, YouTube? It's Mamba, back with another video for y'all, man. And look, you already know we got another rare build video, man. This is the point guard edition. This video, I'm gonna be showing y'all 4 different point guards, man. All different names on these builds, probably names that you've never seen. And all of these builds were in my recent short where I showed y'all about 8 different point guard build names. And I asked y'all which 4 should make the next video. And I think y'all will be satisfied with the ones I chose to put in this video, man. So before we get to these builds, man, I got a surprise for y'all. For the 4th of July, I'm gonna be doing a 75K VC giveaway, man. The same way I did for the last giveaway. All you gotta do is like the videos, comment on the videos, and make sure you're a subscriber. I'm letting y'all know a couple weeks in advance, so y'all got time to get as many comments up as you want to, because the more comments that you drop, the higher your chances of winning that VC is gonna be. If you're gonna look at my short where I announced the winner of the last giveaway, they had a couple comments on that video, so they gave themselves a high chance of winning, a higher chance than if you just comment once. You know, it don't matter if you spam the video, it really don't matter, man. So make sure you stay locked in on that for all the videos coming up, man. And with that out the way, if this is your first time watching my videos, I am the Build Chef. And if you want a chance at that VC, go ahead and click that subscribe button and get well acquainted with the channel. Clicking that like button help YouTube push my videos out. I really appreciate that. And while you at it, go ahead and click that bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. But let's get to it, man. So all of these builds gonna be Build Chef certified, man. It's gonna be the only time you actually see this screen, because all of these builds gonna be point guard, and you know the handiness not gonna matter, jersey number not gonna matter, and where you're from is not gonna matter. So you want to make this build 6'4", and all of these builds are going to be 6'4", but this one's 6'4", 212 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan, and you know a defined body shape for the longest looking arms. And let's get to it, man. So to get this build started off, we got a 46 close shot with a 70 driving lay. With these builds, I really wasn't focused on the finishing, because whenever I wasn't getting names that was rare to me. I was getting names that was pretty common. So I'll keep looking for what combinations I can come up with. But for all of these builds, the finishing is gonna be the worst category out of all of them. So you see what badges you get there, man. I'll probably just put Pro Touch on as high as you can and just rock out like that. But we can go ahead and move on to the shooting, because that's where it's really about to get fun at. So in this shooting category, we got a 76 Middy with an 83 3 ball and a little 67 free throw. You know, who cares about that? But you can actually shoot some free throws with this build. But you see 20 shooting badges, space creator, volume, slippery, comeback kid, and clutch shooter, all Hall of Fame for you. Catch and shoot, amped, green machine, corner specialist, media magician, claymore, and guard up all gold. Blinders and dead eye silver with agent 3s and limitless on bronze for you. It gets you what you really need. I wish that you could get media magician on Hall of Fame, but if you can't get it on Hall of Fame, you want it on gold. Having that 83 3 ball will be pretty good, because that way you got a good jump shot. You got a really good jump shot, actually, and that's gonna help out your ability to hit that Middy. But I know you care more about shooting threes anyway, so that's why I did what I did with the 3 ball, to make sure you can get that dead on silver, green machine on gold, and with that amped on gold, you'll have what you need. So what I'll be running with this build, I do green machine on bronze with amped on gold, volume shooter on Hall of Fame, media magician on gold, then use my last badge points on agent 3s on bronze, and you gotta have dead eye cord on silver, and that'll get you what you need to really be able to shoot out there. And you know, you could always add some extra badges if you wanted to, but I think that takes care of the shooting category. Let's go ahead and get to that playmaking, man. Let's see what we cooking up. So we cooked up a rotisserie Wampus cap with this 90 pass accuracy, a 86 ball handle, and a 79 speed with ball. That's giving us 24 playmaking badges, man. And you see what you got: special delivery, floor general, diamond, break starter, and ankle breaker on Hall of Fame, bailout, hyperdrive, quick first step, vice grip, and needle threader on gold, and then clamp breaker, killer combos, handles for days, unpluckable, and mismatch expert, all silver. No bronze badges. You already know that's for the peasants when it comes to this build, man. What I wanted to do with all these builds, of course, a point guard, you got to be able to play make out there. I wanted you to be able to actually run the offense, so it had to have some high pass accuracy. And I wanted these builds to be able to dribble well and have some good shiftiness to them. Mainly to have that quick first step on goal, while hyperdrive as high as we can get it to, that makes sense. But with this build, would I be running hyperdrive and quick first step on goal? It probably makes sense to add one more badge so you can have 25. And then you could do something like this: hyperdrive and quick first step on gold, floor general and diamond on gold, with needle threader on silver. And then for me personally, I use my last badge points on clamp breaker or handles for days on silver. It doesn't really matter, but use the last badge points there, and then core the other one on silver. But if killer combos is more important to you, then you can throw that in a combination. Or of course, if you want to run bailout, if you got that type of play style, then you could do that too. But everything I said, that's what I'd be running right there, man. And then if you want to know what dribble sigs you could get with that 86, man, I got my dribble sigs video popping up in your top right corner right now. And that's breaking down all the dribble sig recommendations for all heights and for all ball handle ratings. So check that out after the video and you'll be set with your dribble sigs, man. But I think we stayed here long enough. We can go ahead and get to that defense, man. So in this defensive category, for a guard, for a point guard, this is looking scrum-diddly-umptious, man. We got a 60 interior, a 92 perimeter, and a 95 steal with a 63 block, no offensive rebound, and a 50 defensive rebound. That's giving us 24 defensive badges, ankle braces, menace, workhorse, and off-ball pest on Hall of Fame, clamps, interceptor, glove, challenger, and pick dodger on gold, chase down on silver, and then those bronze badges will not be important. But you see, I wanted this build to be able to lock down, man. Really, all of these builds, I wanted to see what I could do having some defense, playmaking, and shooting on them. And if you've been here for a while, you know how I feel about defense on my builds. So I was trying out what I could get with a 99 steal, but really going to a 95, you're able to get a little bit more balance in there. So that's the highest steal you're going to see on these builds. And what I'll be running on this build is more of an on-ball lockdown, pick dodger, menace, and chase down all on silver. That'll get your 10 badges right there so you can get to your tier 3. And all of these tier 3 badges are pretty important. But for someone like me that's only playing 1v1s, intercept is not important. And then if you're not really trying to play the passing lanes, if it'd be more important for you to play lockdown defense, like on-ball defense and everything, then you want to be going more for clamps, glove, and challenger. So you definitely want to have one of those cord on gold. It don't really matter which one. Challenger is probably the easiest one to get your core progression. But with those last 14 badges that you got, you could run glove and clamps on gold and then have that challenger cord on gold if you want to. And if you really needed to run interceptor, then I recommend just adding extra badges so you can run that interceptor. And if you actually do that, that's really gonna make this an overpowered build. Like this build is definitely valuable to be able to run the offense and shut down the opposing team offense. So that said, we really can go ahead and get to these physicals and start finishing this build off. So we got an 82 speed, a 84 acceleration, a 70 strength. So we got bully up there, even though you probably won't be using it unless you add another badge or a couple more badges. A 52 vertical, and then a 91 stamina, of course, man. You know that's trademark around here. So initially, I wanted these guards to have some more speed on them. But what I try to do whenever I'm in the builder, I'll try to maximize attributes right. And then whenever I get to where I can't really move anything down, because, you know, a lot of stuff is connected with each other, and I'll just have to start moving down speed and acceleration, man, and just see what I can do from there. So that 82 speed and that 84 acceleration is what I came up with, man. And you might be thinking we really didn't need any strength because we're not finishing like that, but I feel like that strength would be good for the defense. And if you really feel that way, then it's good that we got 4 builds, man, because trust me, I started feeling that way too. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this first build, man. 5 finishing badges, 20 shooting, 24 playmaking, and 24 defensive badges. Look it over, man. I think this is a viable build to go out there and hoop with. And I forgot to say, getting your gym rat will maximize this build because all your physicals is going up by 4. I hope you can count so you know what that is. But let's go ahead and get to these takeovers, man. Let's see what he gets. So you get the shot creating, the sharp, the playmaking, and the lockdown. You already know, man, pick your poison on that. What you see up there is what I would recommend using. But let's go ahead and check out these shades. I don't even know who that is. We got Mo Cheeks, Drew Holiday, and DeJounte Murray up there. And what did we make 2K? We made a diamond 3-and-D threat. So in the short that I posted, I had a diamond 3-and-D point, and for some reason I forgot to record those actual attributes, but I wasn't able to figure it out exactly. As you can see, we didn't get the 3-and-D point, but I felt like the 3-and-D threat was still rare. I still hadn't seen that one either. So, but now this build number 2 really caught my eye. Could you see builds names similar to this all the time? It's a really common name, but the way that they put this one, I didn't even think they had something like that in here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to that one right now. So this build gonna be 6'4" again. I wanted all of these builds to be the tallest small guard you could be. But yeah, 6'4", 175 pounds with a 6'4" wingspan, and then you know a defined body shape for those longest looking arms. And let's get to it, man. So this one pretty similar to the last build, and we're not gonna stay in this finishing too long because I already told you that the finishing gonna be the worst on all of these builds. But we got a 58 close shot with a 68 driving layup. A little bit worse finishing, but you got one more badge because I went up with that close shot. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could run Giant Slayer and Pro Touch on bronze, both of those, and just call it a day like that. But this is pretty boring. Let's go ahead and get to this shooting where it's about to get fun. So when you get build making experience like I got, you know that 88 mid-range with that 87 or 88 3-ball combination gets you a different name. So that's what I was going for with this build. So we got an 88 Middy with an 87 3-ball. And actually a 71 free throw, so that's 2 builds in a row you can actually shoot free throws on. That's rare for my channel in itself. But look at this: Amp, Space Creator, Volume, Comeback Kid, Slippery, Claymore, and Guard Up, all Hall of Fame. Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Green Machine, and Corner Specialist, all gold. And then Agent 3's Dad Eye Limitless, all silver. No bronze badges in the shooting, man. That's for the peasants when it comes to this build. With that 87, you're able to get a great jump shot, but with that 88, you're able to get an even better one. And you got so many different combinations with that 88. And then what I'll be running would be Green Machine on bronze, Amped on silver, Volume on Hall of Fame, Middy Magician on gold, and then use my last badge points on Agent 3s on silver and Data on silver. But either way, since they all 3 silver, it don't really matter which ones you use our badge points on. Agent 3s is probably going to be the easier one to core, so you can actually core that one and then use those badge points on Dead Eye and Limitless. But you know, pick your poison on that, man. And if blinders is more important to you, then you can throw blinders in the combination too. But now we got that out the way, we can go ahead and get to that playmaking, man, and see what we're cooking up with this one. Now this time we boiled up some crawfish with this 96 pass accuracy, an 88 ball handle, and a 70 speed with ball. Pretty different. Usually with a higher ball handle, I'm gonna have a higher speed with ball, but I wanted to see what I could do this time with a low speed with ball. We got 23 playmaking badges: bailout, floor journal, dimer, special delivery, break starter, ankle breaker, and needle thrower, all Hall of Fame. You see we still got hyperdrive and quick first step gold up there with vice grip and killer combos too. Then clamp breaker, handles for days, mismatch expert, and unpluckable, all silver. Once again, no bronze badges in the playmaking. That's for the peasants when it comes to these builds. But like I said, I wanted to have that quick first step and that hyperdrive gold pretty much as high as we could get it. Even though the speed with ball is low, having those 2 badges right there is going to be great for you to be shifty out there and still be able to have some speed even though you don't have a high speed with ball. But you see, that's one reason why we was able to get that Middy and that 3-ball so high, having no finishing and a lower speed with ball. But this build still going to be able to run the offense for you since you got that 96 pass accuracy. You're able to get all these different badges. I really don't think I got to go over these badges again because it's pretty much the same. With that 88 ball handle, you will be able to get a couple different dribble sigs than you will with that 86. So if you think about making this build, then you'll probably want to check that video out too. And you can always go to the description, it'll be in there. But now we can keep this thing moving, man. Let's go ahead and get to that defensive category. Now in this defensive category, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the worst of all the builds. I wanted to get 2-way on all these builds, but actually when I seen the name I got with this one, I was like, hey, I mean, it's still different. I ain't never seen it before, so I feel like it's good for the video. No interior, a 80 perimeter, a 78 steal, no block, no offensive rebound, and a 35 defensive rebound. 15 defensive badges, only off ball on Hall of Fame, menace, ankle braces, and workhorse on gold, challenger, interceptor, and pick dodger silver, and then what's important, you got glove and clamps on bronze. So you see this build is going to be more offensive focused, really running that offense and being able to snipe from the 3 and kill you from the mid-range. But at least on defense, you're not going to be an extreme liability out there. But with these 15 badges, what I'll probably run would just be menace on silver, pick dodger on bronze, and workhorse on bronze. That'll be my 10 badges right there. I want a core challenger and then use my badge points on either clamps or glove. Really, it wouldn't matter. It'd be great if we could add 5 extra badge points and get to 20. But me, I'd probably put on clamps and just try to get some steals here and there, just being smart with how I play my defense. But other than that, it's not too much more I can say on the defense. Let's go ahead and get to these physicals, man. Let's start finishing this build off. So with this one, we got an 80 speed with an 83 acceleration, a 30 strength, so we ain't getting no bully on this one, a 50 vertical, and then a 91 stamina, of course. So with this build, it may not be as viable as the last one since the defense isn't as good, and you know, the shooting on that one made that build pretty balanced when it compares to this one. But I think it still be solid for you, man. You already know getting your gym rat is gonna maximize the physicals. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this build number 2 in the comments, with 6 finishing badges, 26 shooting, 23 playmaking, and 15 defensive badges. I know y'all ready to see what the name on this one is, so let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. Let's check out these takeovers. All the same takeovers. We ain't even gotta stay too long here, man. Let's check out these shades and let's see what this name is. Got White Chocolate, Jason Williams, Darius Garland, and Trey Young. What did we make 2K? We made a playmaking perimeter creator. Really different, man, really different. Like, you see playmaking shot creator, playmaking perimeter threat, stuff like that. But this specific combination of playmaking perimeter creator, that was different, man. So I felt like that was worthy of being in this video. So that's 2 builds down, man, and we got 2 to go. So look, by now you should have already liked the video, commented, and subscribed, and hit that bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. But look, man, if you didn't, I completely understand. I probably would have did the same thing, because it's 4 builds. I'd be excited too. But right now, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and click that, and click the other one too for me so we can move forward. And if you don't, man, I heard Mike Wang is permabanning accounts. I hate for that to happen to you. So go ahead and click those 3 icons, and let's keep this thing moving. So this next build is going to be another one at 6'4". Of course, it's a point guard, 212 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan, and then, you know, a defined body shape for the longest looking arms. Now let's get to it, man. So this one, once again, mediocre finishing, 48 close shot with a 73 layup, giving you 6 finishing badges. Go ahead and put Giant Slayer and Pro Touch on, or maybe you want to do Pro Touch and Acrobat. You know, pick your poison on that. You ain't got too many options. But let's go ahead and keep it pushing to this shooting category. So this is going to be the worst shooting build of all 4 of them, man. You know, one of them had to come in first and one of them had to come in last. So we got a 75 Middy and a 75 3-ball with a little 55 free throw. You know, who cares about that? Comeback Kid and Slippery on Hall of Fame. You got Space Creator, Volume, Clutch Shooter, and Middy Magician on gold still. Catch and Shoot, Amp, the Green Machine, Corner Specialist, Claymore, and Guard up silver. That's pretty solid for you, man. That's not bad. Finishing off with Blinders, Agent 3s, and Data on bronze. No Limitless, but you ain't got to worry about that. Me personally, I'm not worried about Limitless at all anyway. Even though you won't be able to get the best jump shot in the game, it is still possible to get a good jump shot, but you'll have to get in your mock court and practice that thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. But with these 16 badges, you can still access your tier 3. And what I'll be running would be Green Machine and Amped on silver, Volume Shooter on gold, and then use your last badge points on either Agent 3s or Deadeye, and core the other one, man, and you'll be set with that. That's about as good as it's gonna get for this shooting category, unless you add some more badges. But I don't think I can really say too much in this shooting, man. Let's go ahead and get to this playmaking. Let's see what we cooking up. Now this right here, I don't even think I gotta tell you. This is looking like a Wampus Cat BLT with this 96 pass accuracy, a 93 ball handle, and a 79 speed with ball. That's 27 playmaking badges, and by far the best playmaking build out of the 3 that I've showed y'all so far. You see all that Hall of Fame up there in that gold, only handles for days on silver, no bronze badges. That's definitely for the peasants when it comes to this build. And really, I don't think I need to go over these badges either. I didn't bring up Unpluckable, but you probably want to incorporate Unpluckable into all of these builds. And if you think about making this build, that 93 ball handle is going to give you pretty much every dribble sig in the game. But as crazy as this playmaking is, we're only at a 90 overall right now. So let's go ahead and keep it moving, and let's see that defense. So this time we got a 30 interior with an 88 perimeter. Still got that 95 steal like that first build, no block, no offensive rebound, and then a 43 defensive rebound. But with this build, I really wanted to get a playmaking name, and I wanted to get two-way on there without having the best perimeter defense, but still being able to hold my own, still being able to have that silver clamps. So with that 88, you're able to do that because you got that silver clamps and you got that challenger on gold. So really with this build, me personally, I'll be using my core pattern where it's got 2 defensive badges, because that way I'll be able to get glove and challenger cord. But what I'll probably run would be minutes on gold and then pick dodger on gold, just to go ahead and have my 10 badges right there. And then from there, ultimately, I want to have challenger and glove cord on gold and be running clamps on bronze. Probably would add an extra badge though, so I can go ahead and have it on silver. But that's what I'll be doing for this build. Now we can go ahead and get to these physicals, man, and start finishing this third build off. So we got an 80 speed with a 73 acceleration, a 70 strength. So we got that bully up there if you wanted it, a 50 strength, and then, you know, a 91 stamina, of course. Like I said, these builds not going to be the fastest. And with this build, you probably want to lower that strength and give yourself some more acceleration, something like that. But hey, this is the combination I got to get the name that I got. So I wanted to show it to y'all and not spend too much time in that builder. You already know getting your gym rat is going to maximize the build, increasing the physicals by 4. Hope you can count so you know what that is, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about build number 3 in the comments. 6 finishing badges, 16 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 20 defensive badges. This is gonna be that ultimate floor general for you, man, and I know y'all gonna like the name of this build. So let's keep it moving. Let's check out these takeovers. So you already know it's looking exactly the same. We really could zoom on past these, and let's go ahead and check out what we made. The same shades as the last one, just a little bit different order. And what did we make this time, 2K? we made a two-way floor general, man. It was a little foreshadowing when I said this ultimate floor general for you, because it's definitely that, and you'll be running around with a build that's called a floor general. I don't think I've ever seen this build running around in the park before, but now you know how to make one, and you can be exclusive out there running around with a two-way floor general. Maybe I can make a floor general with no two-way in there that's able to finish and shoot a little better. I had to figure that out, but you know, I prioritize defense, so a two-way floor general would always be better than just a regular floor general, especially the way that this one made. But now we got 3 builds out the way, and you know I told you I was gonna show you 4, and I hope that you haven't forgot that at the end of the video I got a little bonus for y'all, got a little special for y'all. So let's go ahead and jump to this last build and get it started. So once again, this build is going to be 6'4", 212 pounds, and a 7'1" wingspan with a defined body shape for the longest looking arms. As you can see, I really wasn't changing up too much. I just wanted to see what I could do with this specific height, weight, and wingspan, because I felt like that combination really gave me what I wanted. But let's get to it, man. So the finishing, man, it is what it is. You know, I wasn't lying to you. I said all these builds are going to have some bad finishing. It's not really too much to say on the finishing. We can go ahead and keep it moving to the shooting. So with this one, we got an 82 Middy with a 76 3-ball and a 72 free throw. You know, who cares about that? But once again, you can shoot free throws with this build. 19 shooting badges. You got Space Creator, Volume, Slippery, Comeback Kid, Clutch Shooter, and Middy Magician on Hall of Fame. Amped, Green Machine, Claymore, and Guard Up on gold. Blinders, Catch and Shoot, and Corner Specialist on silver. Finishing you off with Agent 3's Dad Eye and Limitless all bronze. And when it comes to shooting threes, that's really all you need. That 76 is going to be a good sweet spot for you. Since you got that 82, you know you got that God tier mid-range level. And that's also going to help you get a much better jump shot so you can shoot threes regardless of this 76 rating. And for me, with these 19 shooting badges, where I most likely run Green Machine on bronze with Amped on silver. I want to get it on gold, but I'll probably be adding an extra badge to do that. And I most likely add extra shooting badges anyway, but we're just going to talk about this 19 right now. So Green Machine on bronze with Amped on silver. Volume Shooter on Hall of Fame with Middy Magician on gold, and then you can get to your tier 3. You know I want to run Agent 3s and Dead Eye. One of those is going to be core, and one of those is going to be using 5 badge points. And that's how I run it if I was making a build. So now let's go ahead and keep it pushing to this playmaking, man. Let's see what we cooked up with this one. Now with this last one, we done cooked up a Wampus Cat stir-fry potbelly roast with this 96 pass accuracy, a 89 ball handle, and a 76 speed with ball. You see 25 playmaking badges up there. Everything pretty similar to what you've been seeing with these last couple builds. No bronze badges, man. Do I even have to say it? That's for the peasants when it comes to this build. The 89 ball handle gives you a little bit of difference, a little bit of originality. And I really don't have to go over these badges since it's so similar to what it was in that first build. But now we can finally get to that defense, and we so close to finishing this build off. Now once again, this defense is exactly the same as that last build with a 30 interior, 88 perimeter, a 95 steal, and then a 43 defensive rebound. You see the badges exactly the same, man. So what I'll be running with that build is what I'll be doing with this build too. We really don't have to spend too much time in the defense, man. Let's just go ahead and get to these physicals, and let's start finishing this build up. So we got an 80 speed with an 82 acceleration, a little 38 strength, so we ain't getting no bully up there, a 50 vertical, and then a 91 stamina once again, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because this really might be the most valuable build. Since you got a little bit more speed, you ain't got a 73 acceleration, but I do still really like that first build. That first build is insane because of that shooting. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this last build, man. This build number 4 with 6 finishing badges, 19 shooting, 25 playmaking, and 20 defensive badges. Let's go ahead and keep this thing moving so we can see what this is called, but let's check out these takeovers. So it's all the same. It shouldn't be too surprising to you that we got all the same takeovers. So let's just skip past these and let's see these shades. Once again, Jason Williams, Darius Garland, and Trae Young, man. What did we make this time, 2K? What is this name gonna be? A two-way playmaking Middy threat. So that's actually the 4th Middy name that I've seen. So you see, man, the build chef just strikes again with these 4 point guard builds. A playmaking 3-and-D threat, a playmaking perimeter creator, a two-way floor general, and a two-way playmaking Middy threat. You don't know how excited I'll be whenever I see one of these different names, man. I'm punching the air and everything like, yes, yes, like I just won a championship or something. But hey, I got a lot more heat coming in the future, man. The next video, I really don't even know what I'm gonna do, but hey, it's gonna be some more rare names, and I'll probably end up dropping a short to let y'all know what's gonna be upcoming. But right now, for everybody that stayed to the end of the video, man, I'm gonna talk about this little bonus that I got for y'all. So on the 4th of July, the same day that I'll be choosing a random subscriber for the 75K VC, I'll also be giving away 35K VC to a random subscriber, man, that likes this video and comments their favorite 2K25 build name. This video only, because this is the first one that I'm talking about the 4th of July giveaway in. All you'll have to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and comment your favorite NBA 2K25 build name that you've seen so far, man. Maybe I've posted that build, or maybe I haven't posted that build. It don't matter. So for you that made it this far, all of y'all that did, good luck at winning that VC, man. I wish I was gonna be in y'all position where I could win it instead of giving it, but hey, one of y'all is gonna win, and I'm gonna give it out. The same way I'll be choosing a random comment for the 75K VC is the same way I'll be choosing a random commenter for this giveaway on this video. So it's really gonna work the same way. You can comment as much as you can. You can comment that same build 4 times if you want to, or you could comment 4 different builds. It really don't matter. I'm just gonna choose a random build name comment. But if you like the video, I really appreciate you clicking that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out. But before you go, I got some videos popping up for you. You got my most recent upload, you got this video that's recommended for you, or you can check out this playlist that's gonna show you all my build chef builds. Either way, man, pick your poison, and I'm out.